Hi everyone, welcome to another yoga video. Today I'm going to be focusing on mobility for intermediate level. So I'm going to be giving some options if you cannot make it into a specific pose. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to start seated on your heels at the back of the mat. Place your hands in your lap and just follow your breath. Maybe set your intention for class today. Might be physical, might be something mentally, whatever you want to focus on. Elongate through the spine up. On your next inhale, lengthen out through the spine and then twist over to the right. Place your left hand on the outside of your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Next inhale brings you back, and we're going to switch to the other side. So inhale, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. And breathe. And then your next inhale brings you back to the front of the mat. Now you're going to cactus your arms to the sides. Make sure your elbows are 90 degrees. On your next inhale, pull your elbows back, lift up your chest, and lift your chin towards the sky. Inhale, reverse. Place your elbows together and round your back. Inhale, open. Feel the length in your shoulders. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now we're coming back to a neutral spine. Maybe shake out your shoulders. Now step your right foot forward. We're coming into a low lunge. Tuck your tailbone under and press your hips forward. And then tuck your left toes under. We're gonna sit back on your left heel. You can either stay here or you push yourself back, either with or without your hands, so that you're focusing on your ankle mobility. And here you can either stay like this or lift up into a low pistol squat. And then we're going to move to a low lunge again. So move over your ankle, press your hips forward and back. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward and stay here. Really tuck your tailbone under and press your hips forward. Good job. Now we're going to switch sides. Left foot forward, low lunge. Tuck your tailbone under, press your hips towards the front of the mat. And then tuck your right toes under. Sit back. Either stay here or shift back into a low pistol. Move forward to a low lunge. Mr. Jingles wants to say hello. And move back to a pistol squat. Forward. Pistol squat. Forward. Pistol squat. Now one more time forward and hold. Good job. Now we're gonna do a little wrist warm up. So come into a tabletop position, tuck your toes under, just sit back and shift forward a couple of times. Just feel into your wrist. You can also make some circles. Just follow your intuition today. You can also reverse your hands so you get that big stretch in your forearms. Good job. Now all together, shake out your wrists. And we're coming into a plank pose. Knees up or down, up to you. Draw your navel to your spine. Press out of your shoulder sockets. Now step your feet together and rotate to the knife edge of your left foot. Tuck your tailbone under and press your hips forward. We're coming into a side plank. If your knees are down, you can also keep them down for now, but we're coming into a side plank. Press out of your left shoulder socket and right hand up to the sky. Inhale, right hand overhead. Lift up your right foot. Bend your knee and step it to the front of your mat next to your left hand. Rotate your left heel down. We're coming into a warrior two. Tuck your tailbone under and lower your hips down. Make sure your right knee is above your right ankle, and then open up your arms to the front and back. Maybe try to pull your right knee a bit more out to the right. And make sure you can see your right toe, big toe. On your next exhale, Skandasana to the left. And then we're moving forward to a warrior three. So shift your weight into your right leg and lift up your left leg. And we're gonna stay here for a couple of breaths. Really lengthen out through the spine and the crown of your head. Now we're going to rotate into your right hip towards a half moon. You can use your hands for balance. So rotate, lift your left hip up into a half moon. And then rotate back slowly to warrior three, up to half moon, and exhale back to warrior three. It's okay if you lose your balance. No one probably sees you anyway. One more time, half moon. And back to warrior three, and then step both feet together. Lower your hips. We're coming into a chair pose. Lift your arms overhead, and for this one you're gonna lift up your heels and you're gonna balance on your toes. Sink a bit lower in your hips. Make sure your spine is straight. Don't curve your spine too much, don't round it either, just a neutral spine. Perfect, now lower down and set your knees down. We're gonna come into a dancing camel. I'm gonna show you how to do it, and I'll give you an option if it's too much for your spine today. So for dancing camel, lower your hips a bit down. Tuck your toes under With your right hand, you're gonna grab your right heel. You're gonna press your hips forward and then swing your left arm overhead, reaching towards the back of your mat. And when you inhale and then exhale, other side, so swing forward. Right hand swings overhead. And exhale back to the other side again. If this is too much for your spine, you can also stay in half camel pose. So you're gonna place your palms against your lower back and press your hips forward gently. Tuck your tailbone under. Keep your pelvic floor engaged by lifting up your pelvic floor muscles. Press your hips forward and then just gently look up to the sky as far as you can. So either do this or continue with dancing camel. Perfect. Now you're gonna shift back into a squat. Place your hands at the top of the mat and step back into plank pose for the other side. Just a couple of breaths here. Push your elbows, the eyes of your elbows forward. Now step your feet together. Rotate to the knife edge of your right foot. Tuck your tailbone under, press your hips forward, left hand overhead. Make sure your right shoulder is above your right wrist. Now inhale, left hand overhead, lift up your left foot, bend your knee and step it towards the front of your mat into a warrior 2. So right heel lowers down, tuck your tailbone under and press your hips down and open up your arms. Next inhale, Skandasana to the right, right leg bends. And then move forward, shift your weight into your left foot. We're coming into a warrior 3. Lift up your right leg. Draw your navel towards your spine. And then we're going to do those half moon rotations again. So inhale, open up your chest to the right and lift up your right hip. Rotate into your left hip. And then back to warrior 3. Try to keep your balance. You can use your arms. Inhale, open up. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, open up. Exhale, warrior 3. And then step both feet down. Now we're gonna step your feet out a bit wider than hip distance. And then place your thumbs together, like hook them together. And you're gonna squat down, and while you go down, your arms go overhead. So inhale, squat down, arms overhead. Exhale, back up. Inhale, squat down, arms overhead. Exhale, back up. Inhale, squat down. Now 3 more. Inhale. Now last one down, and you're gonna hold. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Now you're going to place your hands behind your hips, pointing towards your hips. You're going to lift up your hips into a reverse tabletop. Tuck your tailbone under. Press your hips up as much as you can. With your head, you can either keep it lifted or lower it down, or even do some reps there. You can also shift your hips forward and back. On your next inhale, set your hips down a bit more towards your heels. Lift up your chest and exhale, bend your elbows and open up your shoulders. You can make some micro movements here by shifting to the left and right. Feel wherever you need a bit more length in your shoulders. Just observe it for now. You don't have to do anything with it. Next inhale, shift your hips back and sit them down. You're gonna bend your right knee and place the sole of your right foot against your left thigh, on the inside of your left thigh. Inhale, arms overhead, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, fold forward over your left leg as much as you can. You can also use some pillows between your thighs and your chest. On your next inhale, walk your hands back, and you're going to extend your right leg out, so we're coming into a straddle pose. Shovel yourself into the position, and then you're going to reach your right arm overhead, make a big stretch over to the left. With your left hand, you're going to grab your left foot and just stay here and feel the stretch between your right hip and your right rib. Inhale, lower your chest down, walk your hands towards the middle and press yourself back up. Now we're just going to switch sides. Use the strength of your right arm to lift up your right knee. Extend both feet out towards the front of your mat. And then bend your left knee. Place the sole of your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Inhale, arms overhead. Lengthen out through the spine. And then exhale, fold down over your right leg. You can either grab the foot or not, depending on your flexibility today. You can also tuck your chin a bit more towards your chest to create a bit more length in your lower back. On your next inhale, walk your hands back and press yourself back up. And you're going to extend your left leg into a straddle pose again. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine. Left arm overhead. Exhale, fold over and grab your right foot with your right hand for that lateral stretch on the other side. Inhale, lower your chest down and then walk to the middle. Press yourself back up. Use the strength of your hands to bend your knees. And we're just going to lower down into Shavasana, our final pose of this practice today. Tuck your shoulders under, palms facing up towards the sky, and just relax here. Try to make all your muscles soft, as if they're melting. Start with your toes, your calves, your shins, even your kneecaps. Your thighs. Your hamstrings. Your pelvic floor muscles. Your abs. Your shoulders and chest. Your lower back, your glutes, the right side of your back, and the left side of your back, your arms and your fingertips. Just melt it all. Relax your neck, your eyes, let them sink into your eye sockets, your jaw, I will be ending the video here. But as always, I recommend you stay in Shavasana for at least 7 minutes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Namaste.